WSGI, and I'm so glad that you have joined me today. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, we are so grateful. You are so awesome. Thank you so much for all of our blessings, for your perfect will, your perfect guidance, your perfect wisdom. We ask your blessing upon the show today. Please direct us. May everything we do and say glorify you. Just take the show everywhere that you want it to go. We love you. We praise you. We need you. We want to put you first in everything we do. In the mighty name of Jesus, amen. All right, good morning. Everything is thought out and beautiful and green. So I'm very happy about that. The Go Show is your source for information and inspiration and always some dates to add to your calendar. So I do have all of that today. And I'm super excited about my first time guests that are going to be coming in at 8:30. I hope, as long as they find their way here, but I think that they will. So I'm super excited about that. But there are a lot of things coming up, and so I don't even know where to start. But you know where I'm going to start? I am going to start with my Facebook page, because what I've been doing, for some of you have noticed, on let's see, whether it be Tuesday nights, I've been posting a lot of events on my Facebook page. Now, my Facebook page, my profile picture is just a white circle that says rule number 1. And then under that, it says put God at the center of everything. So that's how you can find me. And it's just under Lee Marie. Okay. Now, the reason why I do this every Tuesday night is because it's a lot easier for me to just put these posts on my Facebook so that when I'm talking about the next day, you can easily go there and just find them in the order that I'm talking about them. So that is what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to start with the very first thing on there, and that is the Master Gardener training classes. Those are starting up very soon, and so you are going to want to sign up for that, because January 30th is when those start, and that you can go to Tuesday mornings or Thursday evenings. And Laverne, not too long ago, had Bob Airy on from the UT Extension office, and he is fabulous. And so I highly encourage, if you have not taken that Master Gardener training class yet, sign up for that. It is well worth it. So that's the first thing on there. Okay. Country Music Hall of Fame. Did you know that you can get in free through the end of January? That's right. If you live in one of the neighboring counties of Nashville, which obviously we do, you can get in free, or it's called pay what you want. So you can pay $1, you can pay $10. If you want to donate to the museum, you could pay it all. But the thing is especially if you have like a big family and you're like, I don't want to pay $30 for everybody, that's going to be a lot of money. Well, you know what? If you can get there before January 31st, y'all can go for free. So that is the Country Music Hall of Fame right there in Nashville. Okay, when you pray. So this is a Bethlehem Baptist Church ladies are doing a weekend, February 9th to the 10th. And again, that link is up there. There's not a lot of details on my page, but you can click on their link and see the rest of that. So it's a ladies conference, February 9th and 10th. There's another conference coming up, and this is called Weekend to Remember. And I have been on this before. It's a marriage weekend that Family Life puts on. And actually, Stephen and I go every year, and we love it. They're held all over. So even if you're listening from another state, which I know now we do have a lot of listeners from other states, you can look up Family Life Weekend to Remember in your state, and you can find what the nearest one is. So, for instance, in Tennessee, actually, there's several that happen. There are this particular one that's coming up March 8th to the 10th. That one is going to be in Franklin. If they say Nashville, but same difference, right? It's going to be in Franklin, but they also do them all over. And so I think right now you can still get a discount if you go on there. And if you need a code, you can use the code LOOKOUT, LOOKOUT, all in caps. If you want to put in a code, you are very happy to do that. Oh, okay. So if you did not go January 11th to Ebenezer and see the inspirations, what can I tell you? You missed out. I was happy to see when I turned around, I had a whole row of friends that took me up on it and came. Awesome. They were fabulous. And here's the deal. Same place, Ebenezer Baptist Church, Miss Linda and Deborah. I want you guys to come this time. April 11th. So it's 11th again, a Thursday night again, 7 p.m. again at Ebenezer Baptist Church. Tribute Quartet is coming. And I have been hearing a lot of their songs on WSGI lately, and I've thoroughly been enjoying them. So I am really excited. I've never seen them live, but I hear their music, and it's wonderful. And T's bringing this group again. He brought the inspirations as well. So put that on your calendar. I know it sounds like it's far away, but it'll be here before you know it. So Thursday, April 11th, 7 p.m., Tribute Quartet at Ebenezer Baptist Church right here in Greenbrier. You don't have to go down any scary streets to get there. It's all pretty straight right off of Memorial. So get on down to that. Speaking of music that I've been hearing on WSGI, I don't know how many of you have noticed, but starting January 1st of this year, our music format has changed a little bit. So, of course, we're still playing a lot of the cool, shows that we always have played. But when you hear the music come on, it is now a mixture of bluegrass gospel, southern gospel, country gospel, hymns, just old time gospel. So we're really excited about that because there's a lot of stations that play the modern stuff. And I love worship music. I love all worship music. I'll put Christmas music on and worship. But the thing is there's nobody playing just good old gospel music in this area. So we're really excited, and we've been getting some great feedback from people, and also some suggestions. Like they're like, well, why don't you put this on? And so I was gonna say, like, I know a lot of people are getting rid of their CDs right now. They're like uploading them. They're like, oh, everything's digital now, blah blah blah. Well, you know what? If you have good old gospel CDs that you want to either donate or just lend to us, I am happy to pick those up. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's say you can take them to Deborah at UPS and just say, hey, pass this on to Lee Marie and just let her know if you need it back or not. And we will try to get as many of those uploaded as possible. Now, obviously, we can't upload everything, but I'm sure you'll start to hear some of your songs on WSGI. So it's just a good way for us, our community, to get involved with what we're playing here. So again, if you have any CDs, bluegrass, gospel, Southern gospel, old country, even like, Johnny Cash, a lot of cool artists have done gospel albums, and we couldn't possibly have them all. So that would just be a great way for you to get your stuff on the air. And then, you can always shoot me an email at retroleemarie@gmail.com. Again, that's retroleemarie@gmail.com. And if you want to give comments like, hey, let's hear more bluegrass, or let's hear more Southern gospel, or whatever it is, that's a great way for me to just to take a little informal poll. Let's go ahead and play a sponsor listing here because I need to get a drink of water. So let's hear about Curated Collections.
In the heart of Springfield Square, former location of Birdette's Tea Shop, lies Curated Collections, a unique furnishing boutique which not only carries absolutely beautiful accent pieces, but also houses one of our area's top designers, Carol Carter. Come meet Carol and find out how she can customize your home. Frame a view, soften a room, add depth, dimension, and interest. With a large line of upholstery fabrics, she can restyle and recover any piece of furniture. She does custom draperies, pre-made panels, Roman shades, and more. Store hours are Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Curated Collections is located at 618 South Main Street, Springfield, Tennessee. For more information, call 615-681-0029. Be sure to tell them Lee Marie sent you.
Springfield.
Okay. Curated. Yeah, make sure you go by and say hi to Carol and check out her beautiful stuff there. Especially, it's a new year and a lot of people are redoing different rooms. I know some people are, contacting Katie did it. And so go to Carol's and see what other kind of stuff you want to incorporate into your new dream room. Okay, so back to calendar events. It's already 8:15. Oh, goodness. But it is nice and warm outside. It's not cold, so praise the Lord. Okay, we have next. So I talked about WSGI's new format. So so you can email me at retroleemarie@gmail.com, and you can let us know too, like, hey, why don't you play more of this or that within that good old gospel realm? That would be a good little survey for me to see how you are enjoying it. And then remember, you can't just listen on your radio, because you can go on the 1100wsgi.com app. And you can, and this is one thing I really love, especially if I'm at home and I got my computer going and I hear a song that I really love and I want to know who it is. I go to my computer and I pull that up, and it actually will tell me who the band is that's playing at that minute. So that is a good little feature there. But yeah, there's an app. I know for your iPhone, there's an app. for WSGI, and then you can also watch it live, 24/7 on the website. All right, back to our calendar events. I know that Valentine's Day is not that far away, and so there's several things happening. Ebenezer Baptist Church is doing a Valentine's banquet on Saturday, February 10th from 5 to 7 p.m. Entertainment by She's My Sister. If you have not seen these gals, they are fabulous. So there's going to be food, fun, entertainment, and prizes, and the cost is a suggested donation. So that's Ebenezer Baptist Church right there in Greenbrier. And I do want to mention churches out there. Please post your events on Facebook. That's really a great way to reach people. A lot of times I would just go and I will search events. And, I see a lot of churches in other counties posting like crazy. And there's a few churches in our area that do post on a regular basis. But it's really something that you're missing out on if you aren't posting, especially making them an event. And one other thing, churches, I really suggest is on your Facebook page. Does it have the list, the times of your services listed right easily for people to find? I suggest in that timeline photo, which is that long one at the top, that maybe on the far right, you put what time your services are and perhaps your address. Because I cannot tell you how many times I've heard of something at a church and you try to find out, especially if I'm like visiting another area and I want to go to this church, and they just assume everybody knows what time they meet. But I have literally gone through websites and Facebook pages where they never even had the time of their Sunday service listed. So check out and you know what, you might have to have somebody from the outside because you might just be totally too close to the situation. Ask somebody that doesn't know anything about your church. Say, hey, look at my website or my Facebook and tell me, is it clunky? Am I missing something? What can't you find? Because or if you want to call me up and I'll do it, I can tell you, because I just it's sad. It saddens me to see a lot of churches throw really great events and have only like a fourth of the people there that they thought they were going to have, And I just feel like, if you got that event up on Facebook, a lot of people look on Facebook for events. Okay, off my soapbox. Grace Baptist Academy is going to be doing this Saturday to 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. their pancake breakfast. That did get delayed because of last Saturday's crazy weather. And the proceeds are going to go towards a cover for their playground. So you can go on there to Grace Baptist and have pancakes this Saturday. Also this Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., an indoor event at the Robertson County Fairgrounds Bounce House Extravaganza. $10 for all day jumping. All right, so y'all have been in your homes way too long, and I had to laugh so hard at my friend Annette who posted on Facebook and said, I can't wait for the weather to be good because my dogs are acting like toddlers. And I had to laugh because it's true. Like we have 3 dogs and we had to have them in the house because it was so cold. And the same thing, like they were getting bored, and we're like throwing balls around the house and just trying to keep them, active. But they were just like in our face the whole time, just like, what's next? What's next? So they had a lot of built up energy. And of course, I don't, I'm not saying they're in my face in a bad way. I love my doggies. You know that. And so, it was great to have so much time with them. However, I know that everybody has a lot of, a lot of energy in them that needs to come out. So if you got kids this Saturday, take them over the fairgrounds and let them bounce all of that energy out because, wow, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, that's right over at Robertson County Fairgrounds, 4635 Highway 41 in Springfield. Thank you guys for putting addresses up. I know that all you regulars know where everything is, but there's a lot of new people in town and they're still learning where things are. So whenever you do events, if you can also put addresses on, that's great. I shared there's a bluegrass event coming up. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Okay, free lecture tomorrow, 7 p.m. And this is about the caves. I don't know if you saw, Laverne had this guy on her show last week, I believe. And so they're going to be doing over at the Robertson County Innovation Academy, they're going to be doing a free lecture on all the caves in Robertson County. And this is a free event. And I did not know that Robertson County had more caves than any other county in our state. So that was fascinating to hear all about that. And so that's a free event. So go ahead and go on over there. That is tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow night. Tomorrow, daytime, Good Morning Robertson County. This is just a half-hour briefing. And I highly recommend this. You get an update from not only the city and the county and the chamber, but you also hear about a lot of events ahead of time that you wouldn't normally hear about. So, and then, a lot of people are there that you're going to want to meet. So, Good Morning Robertson County. There's no cost, there's no membership needed. You just show up right there where you pay your water bill at the city of Springfield. That is where it is usually at. You always want to check because sometimes they will go do a pop up somewhere else. But this coming Thursday, tomorrow, it is at 7:30 right there at the Springfield City Hall. So, Good Morning Robertson County, always excellent to go to. It's always the third Thursday, but again, it got postponed because of the snow last week. Okay, the White House Library is doing an adult knitting and crochet class every Tuesday from 4 to 5 p.m. And all the information's on there. And then I'm going to go down to, be aware of all the potholes. Our recent weather has created some potholes. So make sure, I don't want to see y'all, breaking a rim or, getting your tire popped or whatever on the potholes. So make sure you keep that in mind. I'm going to skip a couple things here because my 8:30 guest will be talking about that. So I am scrolling down. Excellent. My 8:30 guest made it. I love having first-time guests. It is so much fun. One of the funniest things I did see on Facebook was this picture. I think it's Jack Nicholson, but he's totally covered in frost and snow, and he has this like totally annoyed look on his face. And the caption says, "The cows are fed." I just want to do a big shout out to all of our farmers and everything who were going out there in this, sub-zero weather and feeding your animals and all this so that we, can benefit from that. And it's not easy. I know that, we at one point had a bunch of chickens. And again, when I would go out at the crack of dawn when it was freezing with my ski mask on or whatever, I would feel like, oh, my face hurts. I feel like such a wimp now because I see a lot of posts from my friends that have cows and, they're like, oh, I just came in from 8 hours of, working with the cows or whatever. And I'm like, oh man, just be praying for all those farmers and thank them when you see them, right? All right, Friday, February 9th from 1 to 4 p.m. and Saturday, February 10th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. There's going to be a kissing booth for your pets to come to. Don't get excited, Linda. It's for pets. No, just kidding. So that is going to be it's a fundraising event for Critter Fixers, who does the Critter Fixers does the low cost spade and neutering, and so you're going to want to go to this. It's at the Raw Pet Food Delivery and Market. And that is at 900 South Main Street in Springfield. So take your doggies over there for some great photo opportunities and Valentine photos, and all that money goes to Critter Fixers, which is a wonderful organization. I highly recommend them. Okay. That might be it on our events. Yes, that is everything that I have in my first batch. So if you go to my Facebook page, and it's Lee Marie, and it just says Rule 1, put God at the center of everything. And I have listed everything that I just talked about is going to be there right there on my Facebook page. And so you can click on. And again, if you have other events that I haven't listed that didn't get on my radar and you would like them to be considered to be talked about on the Go Show, please message me on Messenger because anybody can message me. So, send me your flyer over, or if I mentioned something and I gave the wrong time or, something changed, by all means, please let me know. And I know I only come here Wednesdays, but, Laverne is here Monday through Friday, and I can always shoot her a little announcement, say, hey, this event's been changed or whatever. So anyways, it is, let's see. Oh my goodness, it's 8:26, which means I'm going to get my 8:30 guests ready. So I am going to play one of our sponsors right here. And speaking of UPS, they have done such an amazing job. Daniel went out. I don't know if you passed by and saw that huge snow mountain that is probably still in their parking lot. But, Daniel went out, I think it was that Tuesday before the Wednesday that we could all go out on. I think Daniel went in on that Monday or Tuesday and just shoveled the parking lot clean. And so kudos to Daniel because that was awesome. And so many of us use UPS, and so that was just great to be able to get in there. All right, we're going to play a commercial break while I bring in my 8:30 first-time guests. Let's go ahead and hear about UPS.
Hi there, this is Tom Fox, and my family and I are the new owners at the UPS store in Springfield, Tennessee. We can help you with all your packing and shipping needs. I have our assistant manager, Daniel Sweeten, here with me, who's one of the friendly faces greeting you when you come in. Tell us about the print shop, Daniel.
We're a one-stop print shop for all your personal and business needs. We can copy, print, scan, finish, and do just about anything you can imagine we can print. We also do wide format printing such as blueprints, yard signs, banners, and we also do business cards, flyers, invitations, and booklets.
Our hours are 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 Saturday, and noon to 5 on Sunday.
Our shredding service is normally $1.59 a pound. This month we're slashing it in half to 79 cents a pound. We also have 20% off our wide format printing for the entire month.
We're located next to HD Hills at 513 Memorial Boulevard. Just look for the blue awning. Come by and see us, as it's always a great day at the UPS store.
In the heart of Springfield Square, former location of Birdette's Tea Shop, lies Curated Collections.
All right. I was so excited about the guests, I started to let the next commercial go. Well, anyways, welcome to my first time guests, Norma Dutton and Norma Garcia. Welcome, ladies. And let me turn up your microphones. Okay, so you're going to want to be pretty close to the microphone, maybe just like about that far. Very excellent. I can hear you. Excellent. So I'm so excited. This was a total God thing, because my husband and I went yesterday to the Stokes Brown Public Library to take our placement tests. And I started talking to them and I said, "Oh, what are y'all doing tomorrow?" And they're like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Because I would love to advertise these classes, because I've taken them at least twice, maybe 3 times. I'm not really sure. And they have been so amazing. The instruction is great. The people I meet, I have friends now, like Christine Apple. I don't know if you know who she is.
I remember her.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember her.
I met her
Yeah.
in Spanish class. She is a very good friend now. We're involved with a lot of things together because of your classes. So anyways, so I asked both Normas, yes, they both are Normas, to come in to encourage you all to take these classes. So Norma Dutton and Norma Garcia, who wants to start with telling just a little bit about the specifics of the classes? Like what days they start and the times?
The classes started last night with the registration and placement test that we do every semester. And then next Tuesday, the 30th, we will start the classes. We have 3 levels. We have level 1, level 2, and level 3, which is the advanced. And then Norma Garcia is the teacher for level 1. And we have Diana Murillo, which is also helping us with the second level. And then we also have third level.
Nice.
So which right now is just
DBA, right?
Yes.
To be announced.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if somebody has absolutely no, experience at all, they don't even know hola. Are they allowed to join level 1?
Oh yes. Level 1 does level 1. We use the level 1. We use this book.
Okay.
This is the basic Spanish, and we start with this book. And that one will go from level 1 to level 2, because in one semester we can do only we can get as far as halfway through the book. So level 2 will continue on with the book,
Ooh, okay.
And level 3 we use this one, which is more advanced. It's more reading and more reading and conversation, and then comprehension, and then you start using the present and past tense.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, it's more conversation. And
All right. So do you hear that? You do not need any experience at all to learn to start with level 1.
yes, you can start from 0.
And I really recommend that everybody, do that, and you learn so much more than just, about Spanish, because you learn all about a lot of words, Latin, this.
Norma Garcia, she's a very good teacher, and she has been in the program. I mean, she's been in the program since the beginning of it.
Yes.
And she's very faithful to the program, and she's been wonderful, and she's very good
Thank
teacher.
All right. So this is who you will have, is Norma Garcia as your first. So what advice do you have for these first time people?
Well, I would like help to the people, because a lot of people come with us. It said they would like learn Spanish. They say, okay, I will help you. The people said, I don't know nothing. Nothing. I say, okay, I'll be happy to help you.
Mm.
But I like to help because we have a lot of people. We have nurses, teachers,
Mhm.
the other people. For example, I have a student, and now she's working. She's speaking very well Spanish now. I was surprised when I went to say, hey, Mrs. Norma, hey, how you doing? And we say, I'm working now. She said, I'm very happy to learn Spanish. Yeah, happy to.
Wow.
I'm very happy to help her.
Well, and I know that you are very helpful because yesterday, I will tell you, I was a little scared when I was taking my placement test. Because, see, I took a lot of Spanish before, but it's been a while. And so I was like, oh, am I going to be able to qualify for the third level? I really didn't know. And then when I saw you, like, reading off those stuff to that other girl in the green shirt, I was like, oh, Lordy B, there's no way. There's no way. But when I went over there, you were just like so patient and you're like, read it out. I'm like, okay, I can do this. You just had this feeling about you that was like, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's not getting into law school or something, medical school.
Oh
It's
my
like,
goodness, no.
come on, it's Spanish class and they're Christians and they want to help you. So, now I know you said it started last night, but really there was no instruction that started, right? It was just the test.
Yeah, it was just the placement test and registration last night.
Okay, so if people they're like, well, I know where I place. I have had 0, so I place in number 1. They can just show up next week.
Yes, if they don't have not taken any Spanish classes, don't know anything, or sometimes they come and like, oh, I took a Spanish class on high school or whatever. I mean, it's been long time ago, and they are for sure they like zero Spanish. They can just come and they don't have to take the placement test. They just like I'm level 1.
Okay.
So they
And I'm
just
sure
come.
there's a lot of people that probably fall into that category. Where they're like, yeah, I haven't had any, so they could just show up right at is it 6 o'clock?
Yes, it's from 6 to 7:30.
6 to 7:30. Do you guys still do like a little break halfway through?
We do have like 10-minute break.
Okay. So just show up at 6 p.m. at the Stokes Brown Public Library, which is right there on 5th and White. And just show up at 6 o'clock next Tuesday, and you're going to have a good time. You are going to learn Spanish. You're going to have fabulous teachers, and you don't need any experience at all. And it's very helpful because you would be surprised how much you do use it. And so now, if they say, well, I do want to test to see if I'm in level 2 or level 3. Now, should they come at like 5:45?
Yeah, they can come a bit early. I normally be there like 30 minutes before, and they can come in at 5:30, 5:40, and then I will give them the test, and then just go right into
Okay.
class.
Okay, great. So if you think that you might be in, or if you think you want to test to see if you're in level 2 or level 3, then come early, 5:30-ish, or between 5:30 and 5:45,
Yes.
and take the test. And it really is good. You don't want to just show up and go, oh, I'm 2 or I'm 3, because they need to really know, what you are. And they don't want to put you in a class that's either like way above your head or beneath you. You might they might say, well, you're definitely in 3, and they thought that they would surely be in the second one. So you want to take advantage of that. So again, you can come and just show up next week, and then it runs until what, May? The date
Yes, it goes all the way through May 7th.
through May 7th.
Yes, that will be the last day, and then we end the class with like a final exam, and then we give certificates today, and we have like a little get together celebration,
Mm-hmm.
and then we always have a good time the last day of classes.
Mm-hmm. I do remember that. That was fun. So do you know how many classes that is total? Is that like 14 or 15 classes?
Yes, it's about 14,
Okay.
14 classes. Yes.
So that's a lot. That is substantial. And I remember the little party at the end. That was fabulous. And also I remember when, because I took this when I first got to town, because I'm not from around here, as you can tell how I talk.
Well, me neither.
Okay. I came here about 6 years ago, and I tell people, like, I moved from the burrito belt to the Bible belt because I was in where I had Mexican food every day, and the very best Mexican food. And my husband and I love Mexican food. And so when we got here, we tried some of the places and we're like, So I finally, when I took the class, that was the first question I had from my teacher, because and that's another thing too, I just want to say is, when you have teachers who their first language is Spanish, that is the teachers that you want to have. And I was blessed to have amazing teachers for my classes with you because they did not speak a lot of English, or at least they pretended like they didn't, because it forced us. It forced us to speak, Spanish. But anyways, that was one of the questions I asked. I was like, where do you go for the best Mexican food? And I got a lot of tips. I'm not going to tell you because you're going to have to come to Spanish class and hear.
There you go.
Another little added bonus, right, for the classes.
Just one more thing I want to say. These classes are for adult classes, like over 16 years old.
Over 16.
Yes.
Okay.
We're helping like a lot of workers that need, like with all the Hispanic coming to the city,
Mhm.
they are more in need to speak the language to communicate. Many of them, they just coming in and started working right away, and they had difficulty, talking to them. Could be like police or like nurses or going to the hospital or like teachers, they need a lot of help. So we are just trying to help everyone in whatever work field they are, because a lot of Hispanics are coming to the city, to this country.
Right.
So, it's mostly for
adults. So 16
Because-
and above. And that's good to know because I actually, I'm involved with some homeschool groups. And so I'm going to post it on there and say, because if they have some high schoolers there that are 16 and above, they could certainly take that.
Yes, they can.
Okay, that is good to know. I'm going to write that down, 16 and above. And yeah, okay. 16 and over. So Spanish classes, and the cost is only $50 for the whole semester, and you get the book.
Yes.
So that is awesome. And I have to tell you, last night, when Stephen and I got home, he usually reads something before he goes to sleep. He opened his book at the very first start of it, even though he's going to be in level 2. But he started, reading. We started doing it together, and he was quizzing me, and he was like saying out the verbs, and I was translating what they were. And then he was like, "Hey, did you know this and that?" And goes, "Well, So we already last night we're starting to work the book, and it was really fun to do it together.
Yes.
Because I haven't the last couple times I took it, I was on my own. So I'm really excited, for this time, because it's just it's a great thing to do. So I told him, I said, all right, well, we're probably going to get to a point where we're going to just want to speak Spanish at home while we're taking these classes, just to like kind of force us, right?
Yes, that helps a lot. Just practice, because like hour and 30 minutes is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to do a little homework.
Mm-hmm.
And then I encourage always people to watch the TV, anything in
yeah.
Spanish,
Yes.
or listen to music. And that helps a lot to get your ear, accustomed to the language.
Right.
Um,
That's
I
a
know
great
that
point.
because that helped me a lot
Yes.
with me learning English,
Okay.
So the more you hear the language, the more your ear get used to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's better to help understand and speak.
And now with all of the YouTube stuff that's out there, there's no excuse to not be able to find, And there's a ton of great things. Matter of fact, I had to laugh because we were driving to the placement test, and I said, okay, we haven't gone over our numbers a lot lately. So I just clicked on this YouTube one, and it was, this lady was like doing stretches and stuff. But in between the stretches, she'd be like, 80, 90, and so, and I actually was really helpful for that test last night because there was a lot of that on there. And so, but I had to laugh. I go, you know what? I liked her little stretching routine. I'm like, I'm going to start doing that, with all the words. But yeah, there's a ton of videos and music, and like they said, the more that you can.
Yeah, the more you can hear it in Spanish, and then practice at home, that will help a lot. Yeah.
And also, if you're playing movies and you have the option to have like the Spanish subtitles on, click that on. I love that because I'm not a big movie person. I'll tell you right now, I'm not. We don't even have a TV because I like to go out and play, out and meet people. I don't like to just watch stories about other people, but whatever. When I do have to watch a movie, I always like if I can turn on subtitles and at least learn something while I'm watching, because sometimes you'll hear a word, you're like, oh, I didn't know it was spelled like that, especially if you like learn Spanish, but not in a class. You just learned it, verbally.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you can see it actually written, it helps a lot. All right, we have one more sponsor that we need to take a little break to do. So let me get that ready. We are here with both Normas, Norma Dutton and Norma Garcia, and they head up the Spanish classes right here at Stokes Brown Public Library. Very easy to find right there on 5th Street. Not too far from the downtown area. And their Spanish classes are instruction is officially starting next Tuesday, January 30th, 6 p.m. And so again, if you didn't make the placement test last night and you think you might be in second or third level, then show up early next Tuesday. If you know, like, hey, I am completely beginner, just show up at like 5 minutes to 6 or something. And do you take cash and check? Do you take anything else or just cash and check?
Cash and check.
Okay, cash and check. None of that Venmo or anything like that, right? Okay. All right. So that's what you want to do. So anyways, we're going to do our last commercial break and hear about Southside Drug Company.
Located at 1000 Main Street in the heart of downtown historic Springfield lies Southside Drug Company, which has delivered hometown-friendly service since 1919. They offer compression stocking fittings, nebulizers, monthly care packs, get your medication rolled into strips or perforated packs, and free delivery within city limits. My favorite healthy cafe for breakfast and lunch. Weekdays, go in, try their real fruit blueberry smoothie. Store hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Visit SouthsideDrugCo.com. Be sure to tell them Lee Marie sent you.
More rain coming our way today.
Okay, I am back. And I heard that Southside might not be having their restaurant anymore, and so maybe somebody can update me on that. I hope that they have brought it back. I heard it was temporarily closed, so hopefully it'll be back. If not, go in and tell them, hey, bring that back, because that was a great, healthy alternative. All right, I just have about 10 minutes left with Norma and Norma. And so, does anybody have a fun story to tell me or any advice or tips or tricks?
Well, I will say something.
Sure.
I had a student. She traveled to Guatemala. She said, please, teacher, can you help me? I will learn the most important word in Spanish. I said, yes. She practices it every day, but when she take that trip, when she tried to call me, she says, oh my goodness, I don't have senior. How can I do now? She has a lot of nerves. You know, when you travel the first time out to the country, you have a lot of nerves. She said, I want to use the restroom. How can I say? How can I say? She tried to contact me for a lot of social media. She can do. I said, I want to call. She said, oh, no, I don't have senior. She said, oh my goodness, I forgot. She tried to say sign language or try to speak Spanish. She started to move. She said, I know you want to use the restroom. She said, yes, please, baño. I said, yes. This is the reason for why all my students, when they come for the first time, say, okay, you know, what is the most important word in Spanish? They say, no, what? Baño. Restroom.
Yes,
So
good
for me,
point.
it's important to know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. The other tip that I would like to say at my students, if you comes to the 10 classes, so you take 10 classes, you try to learn 3 words. Every classes you have 30 words. If you are ready to start a short conversation of the most important words in Spanish.
Mm,
Yeah, I encourage to my students.
right.
I will help it.
Good, good. Norma, do you have any advice for students? That was excellent. And I know like the teachers that I've had with you guys that they really forced us. They're like, okay, tell us what you did this weekend. You know, like, like Tomo, whatever you're like. But it was good because we have to be forced to talk it. We can read it all we want, and I can read it a lot better than I can talk it, because of all the classes that I've taken. But, you really do need to just get out there and start talking. And I love that advice about try to learn at least 3 words a day.
Yeah.
So that is
Practice
great.
3 words every day. Are you ready to start the conversation in Spanish?
And then just looking up words, I think people would be surprised at how many words are very similar.
Yes.
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 And so those, when you read those, then you're like, oh wow, I already know, I can already tell what that is. So there's a lot of words like that. I can't think of any right off my head. But last night when he was reading all this stuff, I was like, oh yeah, I could guess on a lot of them. Because they would have like the first 5 letters were the same or whatever. So some of them
I
are
think
completely.
everybody can just. I think the Spanish language is very easy to read. Um, as far as reading it, it's very good. And then I think for me, this English is more complicated because
Right.
you spell it one way and then pronounce it a different way. If you learn how the sounds or the vowels on Spanish, you pretty much are good to read whatever is in front of you. So yeah, there are a lot of words that are very similar.
And that's a good point too, that it's not as complicated as learning English. Because English has a lot of crazy exceptions. Like, it's usually this way, but sometimes it's this way, Where Spanish makes a lot more sense.
Yes.
And Stephen was realizing that last night too. He's like, wow, this is a lot easier than learning English. So that's one little piece of encouragement for you. If you're out there and you're going, I can't do it.
Just trying to encourage everybody here.
Yes, definitely.
It's easy. It's easy and you can do it.
And is there a phone number or an email contact that you would want to give if people have questions?
They can call the Harvest Baptist Association, and they can call us 615-384-8197.
Okay, say that number one more time, a little slower.
615-384-8197.
Okay, great. Because I'm sure some people will probably have some questions.
Yes.
And so we want to make
They
sure
can
that.
contact us, and then I'll be there.
Okay. Now, when did you guys start doing this over at the library? You were there in the beginning? Were you?
Yes.
How many years? Do you know what year it started?
8.
8? Oh, wow. That's great.
Yes.
Yeah, she has been there longer than
I
I
like
am.
to
I came
do.
in like around 2018, 2019.
Okay.
And then she was way when it started, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Okay.
beginning of the classes.
Oh, did you always do the first level?
Yes,
Okay.
always.
That's why I guess I had never met you.
Yes.
I had met Norma a lot, several times, but because I never had you in a class, as my teacher.
Yes.
So now I know.
I would like to do the first level because it's very hard for beginners. I would like teach step by step, be more slow, because the people need listen well or practice. For example, we use double R. In the English, it's no more common use double R. This is some words is hard for the people who speak English. It's hard to learn. Say R, como ferro, carril. I say, how do you say that? Yeah, it's hard to say. I try to help the people that practice the tongue. R, R, R. Yes.
Gotcha.
This is the reason for why I start with level
Okay.
1
All right.
for beginners.
And what do you enjoy the most about it, Norma?
I just like coordinating the classes.
Okay. And you're involved with the Hispanic ministry, right? With Harvest, you do other things, other activities too.
Yes, yes.
Are there any other things that you want to plug that are happening in that arena?
Well, I am the ministry assistant, ethnic ministry assistant for the Harvest Baptist Association, and we have a lot of other ministries. We have ELL classes, it's in English.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have the high set program, which is the adult high school in Spanish. And then the Spanish classes, and we also have theology classes in Spanish. So it is all ministries from the Harvest Baptist Association. So
Very good, excellent.
I just coordinate, and then I will recruit, and then get the teachers, the helpers, volunteers, to help with all the ministries. And then, but when needed, I'll be there helping. Or I'm not a very good teacher, but I will do my best. If anybody needs a day off or whatever, I will come in and fill in for whatever they need.
That's awesome. Well, you both are doing such an amazing job. I mean, everybody that I know, and I know a lot of people that have taken these classes, they're all very happy with the results and just how caring you guys are. They're not mean at all, guys. So go ahead and get signed up for those Spanish classes. Is there a cutoff? Is there a maximum that you can take? Is it okay, we can't take more than 30 people in the beginner class, or is there a maximum? Or do we not have that problem?
No, maybe not. But for me, it's okay because a lot of people come. for my class. Pero
Okay.
some
Yeah,
people say,
level
it's hard.
one is
Yes.
full.
Yeah, every
I
time.
think last semester, I mean, like, I don't know much about before COVID, but like, like last semester we have about 30 people that sign up, and then almost 20 of them were in her class.
21.
Oh, okay. So right now, level one is the most popular one. The most students in that.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. All right. We only have about 5 minutes left. I'm so glad that you guys could join me. I do have a couple more calendar items that I do need to mention. Saturday, April 27th is going to be the Tri-State Bluegrass Music Jamboree, and Ridgetop Ramblers are coming, Kings Highway, Dry Creek, Todd County Boys, Tri-State Ramblers, and this is going to be right there in the historic downtown Springfield Square. It's being hosted by the Robertson County History Museum, and so this is a bluegrass event. And there is another bluegrass event coming up. Kilgore is coming up in May, and I did post that on my Facebook page too. Let me look up and see if I can find that date really quick, because they also have camping for that. Oh yes, Kilgore Festival is going to be May 17th and 18th. So that is a Friday night and an all-day Saturday and Saturday night. And Kilgore is right over there in Cross Plains. It's such a great deal for that. I mean, they have amazing bands. Matter of fact, last year we went and my mother-in-law won tickets to the Bill Monroe Jerusalem Ridge Bluegrass Festival, and we got to go to that, which was fabulous. But I have to tell you, my favorite part of that bluegrass day or weekend was Sunday, because they did all gospel bluegrass that day. So some of the bands that wanted to stay and play, it was just gospel the whole time, and I loved it. So I definitely would love to have a gospel bluegrass event here. So if you're interested in helping me out with that, please email me at retrolimarie@gmail.com. Again, that's retrolimarie@gmail.com, and let me know, because I think that God is moving mightily in this county. There's just so many wonderful things that are happening, and God's just putting people together to work for the kingdom. And we're supposed to work together, and so we need to have more of that.
Yes,
You know,
that's right.
and the enemy wants to see us divided. The enemy wants to see you in your house alone, depressed, discouraged, listening to him, and we have to say no. No, Satan, get away. I'm just listening to who God says I am. I'm not going to listen to who you say I am. And, I just want to encourage everybody. We have still January, so it's still the start of a new year. I know some of you have already broken your New Year's resolutions. That's okay. Hit restart and see what you can do. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, Laverne had on Jamie Nixon, and he does like the sports for the Robertson County Connection, and he does other marketing stuff. He lost 80 pounds. He looked like a different person. I didn't recognize him. I was watching on my, on Facebook. I'm like, who's that guy? He's a lot younger than Jamie. And sure enough, Laverne's like, Jamie, you look like 15 years younger. And he did. 80 pounds. Oh my gosh. So I know most of you don't need to lose 80 pounds, but some of us need to lose, some. And the thing is we want to get healthy. It's a new year. It's a time that we can, really decide to soar in 24. So, whatever it is, maybe you need to do some walking more, some cardio, or maybe you just need to eat a little bit better. Try to eat food and things that aren't food. And I know that sounds weird, but there are things that are not food that are sold in the market, especially in the middle of the store. So usually the food will be around the border. Not all of it, because there's a lot of fake cheese and stuff, but the vegetables and the meat and the fruit are around the outside, right? The stuff that's not food is usually in the middle. And so when your body eats things that aren't food, it's like, what do I do with this? I need to get rid of this toxic thing. And so that's when you start to have health problems, because you're putting, different things in your bodies that is poison, and your body doesn't recognize that stuff as food. So I just want to encourage you to eat better. I know yesterday when I listened to Jamie, it really encouraged me. I know it encouraged Laverne. She was talking about it this morning. It encouraged me too to eat better and to eat more, vegetables, fruits, and meat, because, there's really not a lot of good stuff in the grains, in any of the grains, any of the glutens or the rices or any of that. So if you could cut out all grains, you would be healthier, There's a lot of bad stuff in dairy too, I hear, but fruits, veggies, and meat. And Wild Doc will say that too. I don't know if you have ever listened, but every first Friday of the month, I interview Wild Doc. And he's a Christian chiropractor, nutritionist, healer, miracle worker. He's in Clarksville. And his people can watch his past shows. You can go to the WSGI1100.com, type in Wild Doc. You can see him on YouTube as well. And he has so much good advice because he wants to see people get healthy and not have to need surgeries or, medications. And so he's done wonders for a lot of my friends. So I encourage y'all. His place is called Wild Roots Wellness, and they are in Clarksville. And he is still taking new patients, but that's where I'm headed straight from here. Wild Docs, if you're listening, I will see you soon because he reminds us that our nervous system is so important, and if we're out of whack and the nutrients can't get to the areas they need to get to, then those places are going to suffer. And that's why you need to get adjusted so that your nervous system, so everything flows like a hose. You don't want to kink up the hose. The water won't come out. Don't want to kink up your body. So anyways, that's just my little on-the-go show. I like to try to inspire people to eat better and do better. And January is the perfect month. The last announcement that I have here, Tennessee Hope Line. If you are over 60 and lonely and want to talk to someone, Monday through Friday from 10 to 4 Eastern time, you can call 844-600-8262. Again, that's 844-600-8262. And there's loving listeners there to talk to you, to encourage you. So if you're over 60 and you want to just chat with someone, what a great thing. Of 3 fabulous sisters that are older than me. And so I call them all on a regular basis, and I can't imagine going even a day without talking to one of them. And so, maybe you don't have sisters or somebody that you can talk to. Well, here you go. And these people are waiting for your call. They want to talk to you. So again, and you know what? You might end up encouraging them, especially if they're talking to a lot of people that are sad. You could call up and encourage, just do that. Call up and encourage the encourager. So again, that's 844-600-8262, Monday through Friday, 10 to 4 Eastern. And so it sounds like this number you can call from a lot of different areas. And and it is a joint. Have you heard of that? Because the Baptist Mission Board has partnered with the governor's office on that. I didn't realize, I didn't read the small print till right now. Anyways, it is 8:59, so we need to do a closing prayer. Again, I want to thank Norma Dutton and Norma Garcia from the Spanish classes. You will meet them both all next Tuesday. And let's go to the Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for today. Thank you for bringing these amazing women in here to our station and for their heart that they have for the students. Thank you that they are going to be helping us all learn Spanish. Oh, Heavenly Father, thank you for this show. Thank you for Robertson County, for Tennessee, for WSGI. We love you. We praise you. We thank you. In the mighty name of Jesus, amen.
Amen.
All right. You all have been listening to 1100 WSGI. And this is where we